Movie review number 1482 is The Way We Rule. The Way We Rule is a 1973 movie that is directed by Sidney Pollack. This movie has Columbia Pictures in it, and I saw this movie on October 18th, 2025 at Mariemont Theatre in Mariemont, Ohio. So, due to the unfortunate passing of actor Robert Redford, who is one of the legends of acting, Mariemont Theatre has showed some classic movies that starred Robert Redford in it, and this was one of them, The Way We Rule, a movie that starred him along with Barbra Streisand. So this movie took place, was released in 1973, over 50 years ago. That's a long time. Now I have heard about this, but I've never seen it. Until now. So, opposites attract when during their college days, Katie Moreski, who is a politically active Jew, meets Hubbard Gardner, who is a feckless wasp. Years later, in the wake of World War II, they meet again, and despite their obvious differences, they decide to marry. Hubbard wants to be a screenwriter, so the two of them move to California despite Katie's objections. They prosper there, but as the Hollywood blacklist looms, Katie's activism threatens her husband's reputation. So, basically, this is about two people who meet and fall in love, and eventually decide to get married. However, both of them have different views on what's going on in the world, and Katie is politically active, she is Jewish, and she believes in activism, and she wants to express her rights. Hubbard wants to be a screenwriter, and he kind of convinces Katie to move to California so that he can make it big in Hollywood. Well, let's just say Katie's activism might threaten Hubbard's reputation. So even though the two of them are in love, their backgrounds might tear them apart. Now, we first see them when they're in college, and then years later during World War II. And it becomes clear that while they have different backgrounds and differences on political or just world status, they still have chemistry and feelings towards each other. But will their backgrounds kind of tear them apart? Will they be able to find a way for them to become an official couple and be together forever? I'll let you guys see the movie for yourselves, but I thought it was pretty good. So, Robert Redford portrays Hubbard Gardner, Barbra Streisand portrays Katie Moreski. We also see Bradford Dillman as JJ, Lois Chiles portrays Carol Ann, Patrick O'Neill portrays George Bisenhill, Vivica Rainforth portrays Paula Reisner, Aaron A. McGrary portrays Rhea Edwards, Maury Hamilton portrays Brooks Carpenter, Herb Edelman portrays Bill Foster, Diana Ewing portrays 50 Bessinger, Sally Goodwin portrays Pony Dunbar, George Gleonis portrays Il Morocco Captain, James Rose portrays Frankie McFarley, and Susan Bakery portrays Judy Ann. So, like I said, this movie was re-released in the Mariemont Theatre due to the unfortunate passing of Robert Redford. And I remember seeing a lot of movies that starred Robert Redford, including some of the movies that he made in his later years. But I've never saw this movie, even though I've heard of it. Now, it's interesting in this movie that despite their backgrounds and the fact that when they first met, let's just say, I wouldn't say they weren't really keen on one another, but eventually they started to have feelings toward each other, I would say. And they want to make this work. but things in their lives or backgrounds kind of make it hard for them to become a couple. Now, I won't say if they make it or not, but one thing's for sure, they still have this chemistry. Will reality kind of kick them in the butt and say that and make them becoming a couple hard to the point where they might want to give up? And Kitty is not exactly thrilled with the idea of going to California. So that kind of is another deterrent to what could happen in the later part of the movie. But despite their backgrounds, they still have feelings toward each other. And when you first see some of the early scenes, or more like the scenes during World War II when they meet again, you can definitely tell they have instant chemistry, despite everything that's going on. But yeah, it's a pretty good movie. I definitely recommend it. So that's my movie review of The Way We Were, preaching truth from this movie review. Alright, goodbye.